What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? No, he doesn't even know what it's called. What's it called? What's it called?
What's up, sleepers? Get ready to lay down. It's your boy Caleb Synan. This is What's It Called? I'm the potato boy. The other potato boy this week, Dave, is sick. Dave, I don't know if you know this about Dave, but Dave gets sick 9 or 10 times a week. He has a lot of diseases, and they're getting worse. So that's just something to look out for. I don't really get sick. I eat good. I exercise, and Dave, all he eats is Taco Bell. He drinks hazy IPAs, and he goes outside in New York, licks the ground. He makes a lot of mistakes, and he's paying for them. So, if you're a praying person, pray for Dave. And if you don't believe in anything, send him a vibe. That always helps. But yeah, Dave, he's going to all these punk shows. He's in the mosh pits. I heard that when he goes to strip clubs, he'll take a 20 out of the strippers' underwear and he'll Venmo them because he wants to have the dirty money, and he puts it in a bowl and eats it with almond milk. Dave's gross. Dave's sick, and he's not here. But that's the way it goes. Dave's got a lot of problems, and that's the way he chooses to live his life. But it's just me this week. We're going to be getting after it. The Ben Shapiro's beard update. You're gonna get that next week. I'll go ahead and give you one now. It's there. So that is the update with Ben Shapiro. And I was just in New York with Dave. I spent like 8 days in New York with his cat, and his cat is very sick, but not as sick as Dave. And poor Dave, who knows how long he's got, but I'm going to miss him. I already miss him a little bit, but yeah, so this is just a Caleb episode, but I'm feeling good about it. I like solo podcasts. I think they're fun. It's a fun way to watch someone go insane slowly. A lot of the most popular ones are solo. Ben Shapiro's solo. When I was a kid, I listened to a lot of Rush Limbaugh, and it's just him. And one of my favorite things about solo podcasts is the nameless producer off screen, where they'll go cut to go, and they'll go, hey producer, hey, and then they have a weird silent Ed McMahon to the side. That's a new reference. I'm 32. Johnny Carson went off the air when I was 1 year old. Never saw an episode of it, so I'm probably one of the coolest guys in the world. George Gershwin, get ready for one of those. I'll be throwing out some references to Jonathan Swift. I'm a really cool guy. I did just listen to. It's not new, but I was Googling. I was like, what's a good rap album recently? And there aren't many. But the list, I listened to Cardi B's album. It was good. She has a lot of songs about going through her man's phone, beating his ass. I listened to one of her songs. She said, pop that pussy up in church. Man, that's she is getting after it. What a lady. Check her out if you want. I'll be doing I love the solo ad reads too. I love those in a podcast. I love like Ben Shapiro will be like, it's disgusting. The left is disgusting. That's who they are. They are disgusting people. And you know what else is disgusting? Is pubic hair. So Manscaped can cover all your pubic needs. You're just like, damn, dude. It's tough. It's a tough it's a tough mix. He also loves to sell gold. I noticed that a lot of the political podcasts, they'll scare you and then they'll sell you some gold. That's a fun. Yeah, the earth is burning. There's war. Get yourself some gold. People are, oh, there's no gold behind our money. Get yourself some gold. What's behind the gold? Does anybody want to riddle me that? What's behind gold other than I want it? I want money. I want gold. I want food. As long as food's behind the money, I don't know. That's That's my political. I don't read like people arguing about Israel and Palestine a lot, and I'm like, and then they'll go, I'll go, I don't really know. I don't know if I'm qualified, and they'll go, yeah, you are, you do. Everyone, you don't have to know anything to know something. I go, I think I do, but there's probably what 100,000 books on Israel and Palestine. I never read one. I looked at 3 maps. Does that qualify me? I looked at 3 maps in the last month, and I feel like I know. I feel like I know. But yeah, if you anyway, you didn't come here for that. But if you were wondering my thoughts on it, it's whatever yours are. Sounds good to me because I'm not going to start reading now. It is too late. But a typical episode with me and Dave, we'll riff around for like 30 minutes and forget what we were doing. And me and Dave, we put a lot of work into the show. We'll go, what are we going to rename this week? And then we'll think of it and we'll tweet it out, and then we'll forget, and we'll forget to write our names, and we'll forget to read them. But I'm thinking I'm gonna put as much effort into this as a typical, and then we do a break, and they're a lot of fun. But you like the podcast, you're listening to it, and hopefully you like me. So I did I'm gonna read a few emails since Dave's not here, and keep you up to date. Make sure to hit us up with emails at what the hell is it called at gmail.com. Check it out. And a lot of times we read them on the show, but we have a few here. First email is Michael from Dayton, Ohio. Hey, Dave and Caleb, love the podcast. I found you guys through Kyle Ayers' podcast. Love the riffing. Just thought it would be better without Dave. Just an idea. No worries if not. Thank you, Michael. That is, it's very kind. And I mean, I'm pretty flattered, but hopefully Dave doesn't listen to this. I think he'd agree. Dave was saying that to me the other day. I don't know if you remember this, Dave, if you're listening, but I remember Dave was saying that I was the carrying the podcast by a lot. I remember he said that. I don't know if you remember that, Dave, but Dave said that. The next email we got is Angelica from Miami, Florida. Hey, Dave and Caleb, but mostly Caleb. I'm a big fan of around 50% of the show. Love when Caleb talks. Not thrilled about all the Dave related content. Hope this helps. Fuck Dave. Oh, geez. So some of these emails are, they're not flattering, but I feel like this is constructive criticism. Hopefully Dave doesn't take it personally. All right, the next email is from Dave's parents. Hey, Caleb, it's Dave's parents. We love you and we're very proud of you. You're without question the funniest human being on the planet. Tell our son to eat shit. Please spend the holidays with us this year. Jeez, these are pretty rough. But as I said, shoot us an email. What the hell is it called at gmail.com. We'll read them on the show. And ease up on Dave. He's not that bad. He's a cool guy, and he is very sick. And who knows how long he'll be sick for? But it's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good episode. I'm feeling good about it so far. Other than the stuff about Dave. But yeah, so I was in New York with Dave, and we had a good time. I like New York. I've never lived there. People seem to think I have, which is interesting. People always go, "You're from New York." They just assume it. Like people will assume they assume that I'm like Lebanese. I lived in New York, and I don't know where they're getting it, but I love it there. It's fun. It's a fun town. It's all the things you think about it are true. It's fast paced. There's always something going on. There's a million things. The train is not. Everybody goes, "Ooh, the train." I take the train. I also take it in L.A. I'm like the only guy doing that. Everybody goes, "No one walks in L.A. No one takes the train." I do. But the train in New York it's great. It's great. Still a lot of walking. I end up walking like 12 miles a day anyway. And I did a bunch of shows. They were all fun. The New York comedian, there's so many really funny comedians up there. It really is the stand-up capital. And some of y'all came out to the shows. I appreciated it. It was fun. And then people just be mean though. Like I'll get off stage, they'll go, "Good set. I didn't think it'd be good because you're from LA." I'm like, "Thank you, thank you." And they'll go, "Yeah, you got punchlines. That's not normal. People in LA suck at comedy. Why don't you move here?" And I'm like, "Man, I love thank you for welcoming me to this great city." But I don't know what it is. I mean, there's It's just like I grew up Pentecostal holiness. Whenever people find that out, they go snakes. And I'll go no. And they'll go huh. And I'm like, where? What movie was it? That what movie was there a Pentecostal holding a snake? I've never. It's not in Forrest Gump. It's not in The Lion King. And it's not. Somehow everyone on Earth thinks we play with snakes, and we don't. I'm just gonna lay it out there. We don't play with snakes, but we do have a good time. We do like to yell at the preacher sometimes, give him an amen, and preach on a little of that. It's pretty. There's a lot of interacting going on. Uh, it's always interesting to me when people. You ever had to do this where you're like somebody's like, "Well, why don't you pray for everybody?" And you're like, "All right," and you get your prayer going, and then people just sit there and go, like in the middle of it. I'm like, did you? If you wanted to pray, you can just do it. And they'll go, ooh, I don't like to interrupt other people when they're doing it, but that's just me. That's just me. That's your boy Caleb. I'm trying my best to be a to be a good listener. But yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on this week. It's a typical what's it called episode. So you gotta know about the road dates. Dave, I mean, all his are canceled because he's at death's door, but mine are still going. So you can come see me in Boston, Massachusetts. I'll be there November 10th and 11th at Nick's Comedy Stop. So you got to come out to that. I really need you. It's a door deal. So if you come out and we pack these out, I can retire. I can make enough money to go buy a boat. And I've always wanted one, but I've never even Googled how much they are. Every time I see a boat, I'm like, $1 million? My girlfriend's like, no, probably not a million, but that's my guess. Anything I can't afford is a million. But yeah, Nick's Comedy Stop, November 10th and 11th. You got to come out. It would be so nice to pack those out. Bring your friends. If you're a fan of the podcast, if you're a fan of the stand up, even if you're not, even if you think it's just average, please come out. I could really use the help. And they're going to be fun shows. I got a lot of new stuff, and I'm really excited about it. After that New York trip, that whipped me into shape. I feel like Rocky up there now, so I'm ready to do the stand up. Please come out and see it. I'll also be, oh, where will it be? December 28th, 29th, and 30th. I will be at the Punchline in Atlanta, Georgia. That'll be a lot of fun. Oh yeah, and also January 20th of next year. Okay, so January 20th. That's not that far. I'm doing a show at my old high school. Okay, Franklin County High School. I'm doing a show there January 20th. I'm not sure how it's gonna go. It's gonna be fun. A lot of people who've never seen me that I grew up with are coming out. It's gonna be a mix of old teachers and friends and family and stuff. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna write some jokes just for that show, and I'll probably try and be on the clean side. You don't want to be, they invite you back to do a show at your old high school. I can't be up there uh just letting it rip. That'd be, my old principal. I feel like I'd get in trouble. So I'm trying to I'll try and be funny without being too dirty. But come on out. I ran a few jokes by my dad yesterday. We talked on the phone, and I was like, "What do you think?" And if my preacher dad's cool with it, it's going to be good. So it'll be a nice PG to PG-13 show, but that'll be fun. Come out to that, and oh yes, February 1st through the 3rd, I'm going to be at the Comedy Fort in Fort Collins. Very excited about that. Come on out. That's one of the best clubs in the. That's one of the best clubs in the world. It's so cozy. It's so fun. It really feels like you're in a log cabin. And D-Rod's the best. David Rodriguez, so funny. Great comedy club owner. And if every club was like that, man, comedians wouldn't be so sad. But yeah, come on out on the road. Come see me. That's going to be fun. Give us a follow at What's It Pod. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Every week, me and Dave throw out the prompt. It's a lot of fun. Some of y'all are so funny that it just kills me. Sometimes I'm like, it's almost free writing. Like sometimes the whole segment, I'm like, half the podcast was people on Twitter being really funny. But make sure to hop in on there. Get yourself I'm wearing one right now if you're watching on YouTube. Written and directed by Sylvester Stallone. I thought it was really funny. I always saw those people having the Quentin Tarantino shirts written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. It's like they think that's really cool to stand, and he's great. I love him, but he's gonna make 10 movies and quit. Sylvester Stallone ain't gonna quit. He's gonna make 10 Expendables movies. He's gonna make 9 more Rockies. He's gonna be. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and he doesn't get any respect. So even if you don't like him, I think it's a fun shirt. They're very comfortable. Get one. Get one for a friend, and I've been wearing them at the airport a lot. People love them, so get one of those. We got what's it called shirts and hats. Those are fun. So spend a lot of money. Help me and Dave out. We really love you. But I tweeted out. Some of you might be listening and you didn't know, but I tweeted out from the account that someone was sick and it was going to be a solo episode from someone this week. And I don't know how this is going to go, but I tweeted it out. We got some responses here. So I tweeted out either Caleb or Dave is going to do a solo episode because the other one is sick. Who is it and what's the episode like? Funniest ones get read on the show. All right. So what do we got? We got from at Turducken MRE. Dave is sick. Caleb and Dr. Funk renamed, discuss the complexities of the Israel Hamas conflict. Funk eats Dave's eyes. I like that. That is fun. It is complex, right? And then you say that and people go, it's not complex. And I'll go, well, I don't understand it. But I also don't understand simple things. So who knows? Another one from Turducken MRE. Caleb is sick. Dave stares, panic stricken, into the camera for an hour. Musical guest, Buck Cherry. That'd be it. We could end the podcast. If we finally get Buck Cherry on here, we can rename Crazy Bitch. That is the pinnacle of life. We got at Dumb Space Bimbo. While Dave is sick, Caleb argues his case against particle physics, and it gets heated. Light isn't a particle. I can't hold it. That's true. People go, "Ooh, it's a particle and a wave." Well, those are just words you said. I don't know what a wave is. Not totally sure what a particle is. Like, you're just saying words. I don't understand it. But at Dumb Space Bimbo has another one. While Dave is sick, Caleb talks to himself about the immune system. How does it work? What's the purpose? Can it be trusted? That is weird. Like, why can't? Okay, your immune system. It fights a disease. How does it know? So your disease comes in through your mouth, right? Probably your mouth or your nose. The disease is like, here we go. It comes in your body, and your immune system goes, oh shit, it's a disease. Does that? What kind of sense is it? And it does it without telling your brain. It tells your brain without you knowing. So it tells your body through your brain secretly, hey, get those white blood cells out here. And the white blood cells are like, oh, dude. And then they fight the disease and they win. And sometimes they lose. Like, why would they lose? I don't understand that. People go, ooh, Diet Coke. It's bad for your immune system. I drink it all the time. I'm kicking disease's ass. I'm pretty sure. Another one from Dumb Space Bimbo. While Caleb is sick, Dave finally gives Funk the talk. That's great. Yeah, so Funk knows something's up. She was scowling at me. There was a couple nights where I was just cat sitting, and she would just scowl at me for like 15 minutes, and I'd be like, "Oh, she's in her teens now, and she's all horned up." Let's see. At Sloppy Poppy, Dave Ross is sick, and the episode is Caleb trying to make himself throw up or diarrhea shit to make being sick also. Okay. I don't like being sick, but I do have diarrhea. I had diarrhea every second I was in New York. Every restaurant, I don't remember any of the names. All the food's great. It's hot and spicy and delicious. And man, bread. I was eating those bagels, just getting fat and happy. I love that shit. Let's see. From at Winslow Dumaine, Caleb got bit. He's rapidly turning. Dave loves him too much to pull the trigger. The sun is setting, and it isn't safe in the dark. Man, that's a good. I feel like that's a good beginning of a novel. I'm hooked. We got at Larry Bolello. Caleb is sick, and Dave takes him to see the doctor, Dr. Funk. Oh man, wouldn't that be great if you really could be healed by a cat? I don't know if they. I mean, everybody says they eat you when you die. Do we really know that? Do we really? I feel like that'd be on the news if cats were eating a lot of people, but who knows? Not the lamestream media. They won't report it. We got at in layman's terms. Trick question. Special guest Bill Maher renames the state of comedy while Dave and Caleb are out searching for Ben Shapiro's beard secrets. Turns out it's racism. Oh man, that's fun. Thank you. At in layman's terms. At I like Mike Perry. Dave is sick, and it's just 54 minutes of the sound of Caleb kissing Dave on the forehead. Oh, that's a sweet one. I'm not very nurturing. I'm not really good at if you're feeling bad, I can either make you laugh or make it worse. I don't really have a lot of instincts for soup. I'll go get you some soup. I won't make it. I'll get you some though. Uh, at Loki hates you. Caleb is sick, and Dave spends 45 minutes trying to interrupt himself with the air horn sound. Man, we got some good fans. Y'all are fun. Another one from at Sloppy Poppy. Caleb is sick, so Dave Ross reads excerpts from Britney Spears' new book while doing the jack off motion with his hand. At I like Mike Perry. Unfortunately, Caleb is sick, but Dave takes care of him by making him alphabet soup. The podcast is Dave forgetting to give Caleb the soup, but instead just naming the letters he sees. He gets sad that he never found an L. Man, these are vivid. This is we got to get y'all writing some fan fiction. At Fondle Punch, Caleb is sick, and it's just Dave yelling nice, 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 nice for an hour. That's fun. At Max J. Kerr, Dave was zippity bebop jumping on the bed. He fell off and bumped his head. Wow. The podcast is Caleb called the doctor, and Dr. Funk said, fuck Walter Mondale. That's great. At Shibi Carlene, Caleb is getting a colonoscopy, so Dave interviews his butt for an hour. Moon news about the moon. Oh, man. I can't wait. I don't have this stuff to do all the drops and all the musical cues, but man, I can't wait. And the next episode we got with the soundboard is going to be nuts. Me and Dave are going to get after it. I'm really excited for the Alex Jones stuff. That it's going to be great. I really miss it. Another one from at Shibi Carlene. Caleb is renaming syphilis while Dave recovers from weepy pee disease. That's right, weepy pee. I don't know what that would be. I guess is that syphilis? I don't know. I didn't take sex ed. I don't know what syphilis is. It's the king. Is it the king's disease or is that gout? Who knows? There's no Google on this episode. We're just riffing, dude. We're just letting it rip. Another one from at Shibi Carlene. Dave is renaming 90s rap lingo while Caleb's in bed, thrilling from an illin. Ooh. At Bogdu, Caleb is sick. It's the best. No, Dave is sick. And it's the best day of Caleb's life. Every day is the best day of my life. It's a fun thing to say when you're out with your friends. It's my favorite thing to say when we're clinking beers. At Fondle Punch, Caleb is sick, and it's just Dave singing to Dr. Funk for an hour, and then an ad for Spotify for podcasters for some reason. There's going to be one.
What's it called?
And we're back. Welcome to What's It Called, everybody. It's me, Caleb Shannon. We're doing a solo episode today. It's just me and you, baby. Just me and you. I'm in your ears, Todd Glass style. Hey. He loves doing that. It is fun to think about. You're like on the train now, or you're driving, probably. I listen to podcasts when I'm doing dishes. I like to listen to them when I'm walking to the store. Sometimes I'll put on a podcast to fall asleep. I'll put one on the plane because I try to find the most boring one I can. I'm not going to say what it is, but I try and find the most boring podcast and fall asleep to it. And I think it's pumping up their numbers. I listen to the same one. Maybe I'll reveal it one day. That's why you got to go on the Patreon. Oh yeah. So the Patreon, you gotta hop on there. It's just, you kick us a couple bucks. We give you bonus episodes every week. If you only got $3, you kick in 3, you get a bonus episode every month. You get Discord benefits. Hop in that Discord. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, and it helps us a lot, it gives us a little extra cash and more opportunities for me and Dave to meet each other, for me to fly to New York or him to fly here and do more episodes. And honestly, you should get on that Patreon so that Dave doesn't die. He's a sick man, and it's getting worse. So kick in a few bucks and help Dave live a little longer. Who knows how long he's got, but we could add a little bit there. So I told Dave, I was like, all right, Dave, with your sick ass, text me something. I'll read it on the show so that everybody will know you're all right. So this is what he sent me. He said, okay, read this. Please don't leave out anything. It's all very important, even though I know it seems repetitive. I'm Caleb and I'm a freaking jack off. I'm Caleb and I'm a freaking jack off. Okay. So he wrote that looks like 100 times. Then he said, okay, here's my real one. Hey, Richard Carnes, I'm sorry. I'm too sick to think today, but I love y'all and I love Caleb. And I'm very excited to hear this full episode of psychotic solo ranting from our boy. I watched Man of Steel last night, and it was very, very good. So either I'm very, very sick or I'm very, very stupid. And either way, I'm worried for everyone. Joe Biden is the greatest president of all time, especially recently. I really love everything he's done in the past 2 weeks. It's so good what he's been doing and saying. I love him. Ah, wow. Dave is on one. Man, I haven't seen Man of Steel. Is that the one with Ben Aff? No, Man of Steel's Superman, right? So that's the what's the? I don't remember that guy's name. Is it the Hot Superman? Uh, Superman. Why aren't they good? I love the Superman comics. I think there's something. It's just hard to make Superman not corny in a movie somehow. I don't know why that is, but most movies aren't good. You know, most movies are pretty bad. I watched VHS 85. It's one of those found footage movies. Oh boy, what a piece of shit. If you worked on that movie and people go, oh, it's hard to make a movie. Well, make them good. You know, how many good movies are there really? You got Top Gun, Maverick. You got Forrest Gump. You got Top Gun 1. I heard Barbie's good. Haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna get to it. I've seen a lot of movies this year. I'm watching like 20 a month. I'm really watching movies. I feel like that's a good sign. You know, uh, that's a good sign in life when you're watching too many. So I watched Almost Famous. Anybody seen that? That's good. That's a good movie. Um, they used to just make posters like I don't know if you know the Almost Famous poster, but I remember seeing it in the store, and I remember seeing American Beauty. They're both in the A section. The American Beauty poster is a belly button. I don't know if you've seen the movie, but like usually it's like the faces of the actors. That's what's going to put asses in the seats. But that one's just a belly button, and Almost Famous is just Kate Hudson's, just her face. I don't know. I think that people just used to go to the movies and they'd just be like, look, we came up with an idea. Here's a bad poster. Come on. You're going to show up. Now it's like every poster has to be like the Avengers. You got to have everybody's face. You got to have somebody with a gun. You got to have someone running. They like a silhouette, somebody running down a thing. And then you got people back to back. You got to have a couple of those. But yeah, a lot of posters used to just be, do you want people to come see this? Do you want No, nobody cares. Nobody cared back then. But maybe they're right. Maybe posters don't matter. Who am I to know anything? But so this week, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna we're gonna rename Killers of the Flower Moon. Haven't seen it. Haven't seen it. Don't know what don't know. I've heard it's good. I've heard it's long as hell. So here's the names I came up with for it. Hey, more like how about an incredibly long and incredibly have to pee? Hmm? Uh, dude, where's my ass? I've been sitting on my ass for 5 hours. So here's a little trivia for Killers of the Flower Moon. So there's a post credit scene where Martin Scorsese makes a whole nother movie. It is the longest post credit scene in history, clocking in at 2 hours and 45 minutes. So make sure to pace out your hydration throughout the day. That's your whole day. So you get to the theater. All right. Let's say it's a 3 o'clock showing. You get there at 2:45, right? You sit down. There's 20 minutes of previews. So the movie's starting at like 3:20. It ends at 7 o'clock. Like that's insane. That's the whole. I don't know, but go see it. You wanna support cinema, right? Isn't that good? I don't understand. Like, so the actors are striking, and the movies are still coming out. I don't know. They're still making the studios are still making the money. I don't understand how it works. If you know how strikes work, let me know. But I don't know how anything works. I'm just a guy. I don't know. I don't know what man. Here's something embarrassing. So my girlfriend asked me the other day. I was like, yeah, I like comic books and I like history books. Like I like to read a book about a president or something, or I'll just read like Batman. So I like I don't. It's hard for me to focus on a novel for some reason where they're like, his name was Cody and he had hair that was short, and I'm already like, I can't picture it. I Co- he was a man with the stare, his eyes were piercing, and I'm like, what? What? I never think that. I never when I meet someone, I'm sure I've seen a piercing eye, but I don't really understand that describing someone that way. Uh, there's a lot of things you only hear, but for some reason I can't focus on it, and I don't care. I'll be like, you just made up this guy, and now he's got make it a movie. Every novel, I'm just like, you just made up this whole thing, and it's not a movie. What are we what are we talking about? But that's just me. Maybe that'll change. But and so I told my girlfriend that, and she goes, "What's the last time you tried to read a novel?" And the truth, what I said to her was, "Oh yeah, a couple of years ago." And a couple or a few years ago could mean anything, right? Because I have not attempted to read a novel since George Bush was president. So I'm thinking high school senior, 2000, 2008 or 9. That was the last time I tried to. And I'll tell you what, didn't enjoy it that much. I think a lot of people don't enjoy reading, and they say they do uh, because you're supposed to say that. But I think a lot of people are just powering through it because they want to be like, "What are you reading?" Man, when people ask me that, "What are you reading?" Oh, I'm reading that the book about Gone Girl. I'm reading the book about Gone Girl, and I've been reading it for 9 years. It's been sitting in my Kindle, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I read. Look at this. All right, this is a little peek into Caleb's life. This is what I'm reading. I'm reading an Indiana Jones comic book. That's my life. I'm not a smart man, so it's like just look around my room. You really want to know what I think about stuff? I don't know shit. How would I know anything? But anyway, so let's see. I don't know if we have any other emails. Man, it's fun doing a solo episode. I feel like I'm going insane. Let me know what you think. What else did I have? Oh yeah, so I wrote down here to talk about on the episode. This will we'll wrap it up with this. Uh, anyway, thank you for tweeting and stuff. That was great. I really appreciate that. Um, so here's the thing I noticed about the New York trip. Everybody goes like everywhere I go to Louisville, Kentucky, and they'll go, Louisville's coming up. Louisville's one of the top 18 cities on the East Coast, and you're like, oh, and they'll go, yeah, we produce more forks than any town in the whole world. You got to move. Oh, you got to move to Louisville. Oh boy, we got it was rated number one city to buy a tractor in, and you're like, this is not convincing me. But everywhere is like they think that they're like gonna be the new city. Oh yeah, and it's like, but then you go, ooh, that sounds cool, and they go, no, actually, rent's going up. I have a 1 bedroom. It's $3,500. Traffic's terrible. People need to stop moving here. I'm just like, geez. But in New York, they want you to move there. Everybody in New York's like, dude, you gotta move. Fuck LA. LA's shit. And I'll be like, you ever been? No, but New York's better. Do you want me to? Why do you want me to? I just met you. I'm not gonna live with you. And New York's great. Everyone can't live in New York. It's already a lot. You can't fit more people, really. I don't think. It's just they're everywhere. I don't know if you want me. What's really gonna happen? Because like my life in LA, I wake up, I eat, I go to the store, I wash my clothes, then I wash my dishes, and then I record what's it called, and I go to bed. There's no. That's what I'm gonna do in New York. I still gotta eat every day, and I still gotta do dishes, and I gotta sleep. I don't really know what's the difference. You know, you need a store, you need one cool bar, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch a movie. But here's my theory: is nowhere is that great. You know, when you're a kid, you go places. You go, whoa, like a palm tree. What? Oh shit, a waterfall. And now the older I get, like I was in Montreal, right? I was in Montreal, Canada. People are speaking French. You got the poutine. Whoa, that like blew my mind when I was in my 20s. Now I'm just like, enough with the fucking French. It's not France. It's a little too much. Dude, I went to McDonald's. Every single thing was in French. You know what I mean? So it's like now I'm just annoyed. I'm annoyed when things are the same. I'm annoyed when they're different. It's just a place. Everywhere sucks. Everywhere's great. Uh, some places have waterfalls. That's the only thing I've noticed about life. So you're not going to be happier. Like if you're like, man, I'm so sad living in Houston. Maybe I'll move to New York City. It's not going to help. It's not. Everybody in New York sees 8 therapists. The therapist is seeing 9 therapists. They're like, oh, this train's great. They're on the train. Somebody's pissing in their face, running after them with a tire iron. It's it is what it is. And then if you live in a small town, somebody is gonna get all methed up and jump through your window. That's just things are just gonna happen. So everywhere's fine. I say I don't care where I live. As long as I got a chair and a bed and like some snacks, I think it's gonna be fine. So wherever you live, like I look at the podcast, people listen to it everywhere you know? So if you're thinking, oh, stay where you are, you don't need to go anywhere. There's enough moving going on. It's very expensive to move. You got to buy a new trash can. Like, there's nothing worse than that. You're at Target. I bought last time I moved, I went to Target to get a trash can, and the trash can was like $45. And I was like, what the? So, but then I saw a mop bucket is like $1. Why? I'll just put my trash in the mop bucket. I'll put the bag in the mop bucket. Mop bucket's the same size. Anyway, that's just a little life hack for you. Don't move. If you need a trash can, buy a big bucket. Um, and don't go anywhere. That is the message for this week. But anyway, I think we got a lot done. I think this was who needs Dave? You know what I mean? I feel like you do need Dave, but so what do we do? We talked about Dave is sick. We talked about Ben Shapiro, Moon News. Oh, I didn't even think about that. We'll do Moon News before I go. So Moon News. I'm sick of this. So here's the problem with the media today. All the stories are very Earth centrist. It's always like, here's what's going on in the Middle East. Here's what's going on in your neck of the woods. Well, how about what's going on the moon? So let's see what we got here. Oh, no way. So there's going to be a lunar eclipse on October 20. All right. So this has already happened. October 28th. October 28th. There was a lunar eclipse. I hope you all enjoyed it. Oh, here's another one. China sends its youngest ever crew to space as it seeks to put astronauts on the moon before 2030. Man, China's getting on the moon. Look out, dude. That's going to be, what are they going to do? I think they're going to get there and really regret it. It costs so much to go to the moon. How much do you think it costs to go to the moon? How expensive is a moon mission? You're not going to believe this. A moon mission. Okay, now it says it's surprisingly cheap. What? How could it be cheap? All right, so it says here India wants to go to the moon, right? And good on them. I hope they do. I want to see India up there. They said it's going to be $74 million to go to the moon. That doesn't seem, I thought it was going to be like $1 trillion. That's still a lot. 74 million is a lot of money to get up there. You put your flag up there and you go, hey, let's bring that rock back, you know? And also, like, are you going to put your flag? Are we really claiming it? Like, hey, we got the Sea of Tranquility, and then China's like, hey, we got the mountain of rage. Like, we got to colonize the moon? I just think it's gonna suck. Let China go to the moon. Let them have all of it. Let them. That'll be That's the only way we can win. Is China blows all their money trying to put air on the moon. I don't know. Mars. People want to go to. What are we doing? Don't go up there. I remember saying one time to my brother, I go, man, it seems like a waste of money to go to the moon. He goes, no, we learned about microwaves up there. Is that was worth it? We couldn't have found. There's no other way we could have found out about microwaves. We had to go to the moon and walk around. I'm against it. So NASA. Oh, look at this. NASA spending $93 billion on the Artemis moon program through 2025. That's too much, dude. 93 billion. Too much. Too much. I don't want to go. I mean, how I don't know. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I'd go to the moon for $5,000, and I'd chance it. I'll take 5 G's to jump around on the moon, but I'm not doing it for free because it's pretty scary. But anyway, that's it for moon news, everybody. Uh, so thank you for writing in. Thanks for going with us on this journey. Get yourself a What's It Called hat. And it's shop.whatsitcalled. Go there. No, it's what's it called .rodeo. Go to what's it called .rodeo and then click on it if you want to. And but you can also just go to shop.whatsitcalled.rodeo. But we got our sign. It says, "In this house we believe cops fucking rule, women are dumb, everyone's illegal, science is fake, love is gay, and I'm a bitch." We got our What's It mug, written and directed by Sylvester Stallone t-shirt. We got our hoodie. What's it called hoodie? We got a I'm a bitch campaign poster you can put in your window. And we also got a beanie. We got What's It Called socks. So get all your What's It gear. Join the Patreon. Follow us. Come see me in Boston. And I love you. This was the best day of my life. Lay it on down.
What's it called? What's it called?